Good morning, everyone. I hope you guys are doing well. Please confirm me if my voice is clear. Please confirm me if my voice is clear.
His voice is finished.
Can you please turn your mic off? Can you guys please turn your mic off? Habit? How come that this is your habit? How about the rest of the class? You open your mic in rest of the classes. Guys, can you please confirm if the screen is visible? Can you please confirm if the screen is visible? All right. Okay, so we are having 10 people only, and I don't know where are rest of the guys. Are you having another class too? I don't know where are rest of the guys. Are they in another class? No? Then where are rest of the guys? Well, as I'm just having 12 attendees in this meeting, including me actually. All right. So what we did last week is 7 C's of effective communication and 7 principles to develop writing skills. I hope that 7 C's of effective communication and 7 principles to develop writing skill are clear to everyone. But still, let's take a recap. Okay. So the first C was clear. Then the second one is concise, concrete, correct, coherent, complete, and courteous. I just want you to reread this slide once, and when you are done reading this, please write down in chat section so that we can move ahead. But meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can put it down. Please reread this slide once. When you are done reading this slide, please let me know. I want everyone to quickly read this slide and let me know. Quick, please. 0102 3467 and the where address. Do you want me to call you by roll numbers every time and check if you guys are sleeping or really in the class? All right. So meanwhile, you can also write your questions. Then we have 7 principles to develop writing skills. And here we go. Clarity, organization, conciseness, accuracy, vividness, cogency, and depth. I just want you to reread this once and then let me know if you have any questions. Okay, so here we have a text. I want you to reread this and evaluate it that if it is written well or not, if all the C's of effective communication and writing are applicable onto this or not. Please read it once and let me know that what are the things which are not present in this paragraph and what do you think that there are certain things which are present in this paragraph from 7 C's of communication, and 7 principles of writing skills. So I want you to read this paragraph once and evaluate if it is written well or not. And I want you to write it into depth that if you think if it is written well, how? If you think if it is not written well, still you need to let me know how. Evaluate this paragraph, please. It's 11:10. I'll be asking you by 11:15. You got 5 minutes to evaluate this. I think everybody can see the screen. If you cannot see the screen, please relog in. Drop the meeting and then join it again, please. Meanwhile, if you're done reading this or evaluating, you can write your comments. Guys, can everybody confirm if the screen is visible or not? Because at my side, this screen is visible. I can watch the screen on my cell phone. Paragraph information. It's visible. It's visible, guys. It's visible. Maybe there is network issue at your side. It's visible. Okay, so I was reading 31. Paragraph information is different from its heading and in connection with upper lines to lower lines. There is no heading to this, right? This is just starting that I had wait in rainy days. There is no heading. Evaluate is just an instruction for you that you have to evaluate it. But it's still it's a nice try. Thank you. There are 20 attendees in the class and 120 replies, please. Meanwhile, if you are done evaluating it, you can write your reviews and comments. How come you cannot evaluate it? You are reading it and you know seven C's of effective communication. You know now seven principles to develop a good writing skill. You need to see this into all aspects if the information in it is correct, if everything in this is connected, right? If there is coherent, if there is cogency, if there is courteousness, you need to evaluate it. Miss no coherency and connective idea, also no clear messages. That's good. See, our roll number 52 has tried it well. Roll number 31 has written it. Try 801 and you can do it. No detailed explanation and lack of continuity. I think no vividness. That's good. I don't want you to be a pro or like just evaluated like somebody who's so expert. I want you to just evaluate the way you can because you have just learned seven C's and seven ways. I just want you to evaluate this onto that term. Okay, so it's 11:15. I want everyone to drop down their comments, please. Drop down your comments. I need 21 responses, else I'll be kicking out all those who are just in the class and doing nothing. 3101, 52, and 16. I want rest of guys to respond, please. Drop down your responses, please. 0608587017340676938480, and all those who are in the classroom, please drop down. Drop down your comments, please. 'Cause I think all points are connected to each other and clear image. All right. All points are connected to each other and clear image. I'll be just waiting for 30 seconds more and then I'll be kicking out each and everyone who is in the class and not responding. I'll be just waiting for 30 seconds more. I think concise is not clear in the paragraph. That two ideas are repeating in the paragraph. Okay, not clear. What is not clear? Just can you please explain? Miss, actually, I was repairing my PC and currently finding USB. So this is not the right time to currently find the USB. Please work on to this. I don't come here to teach myself. I know ample of this actually. This is now your turn to learn things. And you would be working on all these things ahead. I think concise isn't clear. The term concise is not clear, or you cannot find conciseness into this paragraph. It is a concrete story. Okay, I'm not ready for class. Well, make sure that you are not present when you meet me. I'm gonna kill you on this. All right. So now here we have another version of the same paragraph. I want you to read this and let me know that if you find seven C's and seven V's in this or not. Or how do you think about this? Do you find it better than the previous one or you find it worse than the previous one? I want everyone to read this. It is concise but no clear imagination. I think you're talking about the last one. All right. So different points are present in this para which are not connected to previous except few. Two matter are present in this which are both unrelatable. 75, which paragraph you're talking about? The first one or the second one? Yes, ma'am. What do you mean by yes, ma'am? Okay, the last one. Okay, agreed with 75. And what you are agreeing with 75, can you please explain? I think this one is much better. Okay, better than previous, right? Ma'am, this is better than previous ones. Second one is properly explained and gives a clear image. First one. All right. So I want you to let me know why do you think that the second one is much better? Can you please let me know why second one is much better? All right, this one is detailed, okay? Even though I believe there were details in the last one, but the only thing is they were not presented well. Ideas and imagination is clear with reading this paragraph. There is connecting with one line with the other line. Okay. Because it is according to seven C's of active communication. All right. More information and connect to other point. Okay. It has accuracy too. Okay. Explain clearly and connection in idea. Okay. It is clear and described in detail and show a clear image. Okay. Properly explain. Right. Now, clear imagination and idea. Every sentence is clear to the point. Okay. Because it is clear, concise, and is based on seven C's of communication. Okay, this is not seven C's like oh सात समंदर पार में तेरे पीछे पीछे आ गई. This is not that seven C. This is just a C, seven C. C for cat. All right, so you guys can see the difference between the two paragraphs. One is improperly written and the one is properly written. The one is not connected to seven C's in seven ways, and the other one is connected to seven C's in seven ways. Now you have realized that how miscommunication happens when we don't follow the seven C's of writing, sorry, of effective communication and seven ways of writing. So when in writing we take care of all these things become so clear and we can easily understand. Even though we have read both the paragraphs for the first time, but is in the first one there were a lot of lacking. We couldn't understand and grab what author is talking about. But in the second one, as it is written in a very connective and coherent form, everything is onto the place and said. There is no spelling mistake. There is connectivity. There is everything clear. Facts, figures, everything is true, straight. So we could understand what the author is talking about. Here in Here in the brackets, we could see Flips 2006, Shelley 1860, Shelley is quoted in Flips 2006. So this is called citation. This means that these are not our words. For example, it rained in Switzerland on 130 out of the 183 days from April to September. The one who is writing it has written this fact from Phillips 2006. Phillips has written facts in 2006 in his paper or in his book, right? And the author has selected these words from Phillips' work, who has written this in 2006. And the same one, Shelley 1816, and Shelley is quoted in Phillips 2006. All right. Second one is better than previous one because explained clearly and followed by the previous points, right? More detail in this one make it easy and accurate according to seven C's. All right. So now we have felt the difference between the two, right? and I have clearly shown you that what is citation. I mean, I just want you to get idea of what is citation, because author may be born afterwards and he has just read Flip's work, which he has written in 2006. Then he has quoted it into his own work. So this is called citation when you are referring to others' work and you are making it a part of your own work. All right, so now I hope that everyone is clear about the importance of seven C's and seven ways of communication. Then we have electronic communication. So, have you ever heard about electronic communication, or do you have any idea about electronic communication? Do you have any idea about electronic communication? Have you ever heard it before? Using technology, email, yes, no idea. Okay, no, right. Like chatting, emails, okay. Like chatting, emails, okay. And what else? See, we have learned that the communication is the transformation of information from one end to another end. So when there is electronic communication, then what do you think? What kind of communication we are talking about? We have learned that the communication is a transfer of ideas or information from one end to another end. So when we're talking about electronic communication, so what do you think? What would be electronic communication all about? Telephone, okay? Maybe electronic communication is related to all those electronic devices which are used to communicate, okay? You guys are right. Everyone is right. Some are just giving examples and some are just trying to explain. This is that electronic communication is the meaningful exchange of information. Is communication is definitely effective when it is understood, when your goal is met. So this is that it's a meaningful exchange of information by technological means, and all those means which you have listed over there are technological. This is particularly through electrical signals or electromagnetic waves. When you exchange your information, right, through electrical signals or electromagnetic waves, that is called electronic communication. So, can you guys please let me know if right now we are having electronic communication or not? Email, fax, telephone, all technology related communication. Okay. Email or technology, fax machine, video calling. Right now, are we having electronic communication or not? Absolutely, yes. So we have certain examples that are web pages, emails, text and instant messages, social networking, video chat, sound, image transfer, right? Yes, 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 yes. Yes, it's e-communication. Okay. Yes. So right now we are having electronic communication because my voice and the information which I want you to know, I'm transforming it through electric signals and electromagnetic waves. My sound is traveling through electromagnetic waves, definitely because you are not face to face. So that is not, a simple way of communication that is face to face. All right, so I hope that electronic communication and its idea, example, concept is clear. If it is not, please ask me. If it is clear, please let me know. This is very simple that the type of communication that exchanges information through electrical means or through electrical signals or electromagnetic waves, that is called electronic communication. And hope the idea of electronic communication is clear to everyone. If it is not, please let me know. I'll explain it. But if it is clear, please let me know. All right, so we are clear about electronic communication. Everything has got certain pros and certain cons, right? So, as electronic communication has got certain advantages and certain disadvantages too. I just want you to just look at your daily lives and just let me know what what are the advantages of electronic communication, because I believe that you are living into the era where your communication is incomplete without electronic communication. So I want you to enlist all the advantages which you are having in your day-to-day life due to electronic communication. I want everyone to list down the advantages. I want everyone to list down the advantages of electronic communication. Fast communicate text within seconds. Okay. This means you mean to say it's faster, right? I want everyone to write advantages of electronic communication. Okay. We don't have to physically meet someone to carry out any conversation. We can communicate from anyone sitting anywhere in the world. That's good. Okay. So you mean it's portable, it's handy. I mean, anywhere communication can happen. You are teaching us with electronic communication in COVID-19. Electronic communication is more used as compared to past. That's true. I agree. Free of cost. It's not entirely free of cost. You can say that it's low cost or pocket friendly. Main advantage of e-communication is what we are doing right now. True. Means because of e-communication, we are continuing our studies. Our second year. Easy access of information. That's wonderful. I want everyone to write. I am looking at all those who are not responding in the class. After we are taking a break, in the next class, you won't find yourself in the class. Okay, easy access of information, right? Comfortable and feasible, that's true. Can talk easily when we want to talk on one click. True. Faster, time saver, more appropriate transfer method of information, no physical transfer, free of cost. Okay. Make the global village. Um, that's true that we are now a global village. Fast communication, mobility, information, access to visual, audio, and text. Okay. Fast. Okay. Here's it. Guys, please respond quickly. I'm waiting for your responses. Right. Speedy communication. Fine. Access to visual, audio, text communication. That's great. Faster, time saving, physical, contact free, speedy communication. Fine. All right, even though you have enlisted a lot of advantages, here are a few that that might be repeating actually. Speedy transmission, wide coverage, low cost, right? We can't say that it's free of cost every time then you are talking about internet and all these devices. It costs you something, but somehow it's low cost. That is like exchange of feedback that is so quick, right? And it is like you can manage global operations easily. Like as somebody says, it is like a global village, right? And then we have more information and entertainment that is really quick and handy. You can have access to a lot of information and entertainment very quick. Then we have it is convenient and it is easy, right? You cannot take 10 books at a time into your hand, but in a single cell phone, you can have thousands of the books. It's convenient and easy for you. In the same way, storing and storage and sharing has become easy. I remember in previous days, taking photographs and keeping up a pace with albums was really difficult. Only my around 100 of the photos just they need a lot of space to be kept. But right now, even I have thousands of the photographs in my cell phone, and it's really easy to keep. Sharing has become easier, and past time sharing was really difficult. You even have to write a letter, and then you have to spend a lot of money to get it delivered. But right now, with the low cost, sharing has become easier. There is a mobility information transfer, and these are all the things which you guys have discussed, and you have written all these well. It is cheap, yes, no doubt. It is cheap. Ease of access and a long-term storage, yeah, that's good. Quick and easy, distance doesn't matter, no physical meeting required. That's fine, true. The data storage is safe, logical, and reliable, which make it a lot easier to organize and refer back to the paper communication. Exactly, this was what I'm talking about. So you guys have enlisted advantages wonderfully, and these are the just a few which I have written. So as everything has got certain advantages, in the same way, few things or everything has got few disadvantages. I want you to enlist certain disadvantages looking at your daily life that yes, you are using technology, you are using electronic communication where you have a lot of advantages. Believe me, you have disadvantages too. I want you to evaluate your day to day life and let me know that what are disadvantages which you face during electronic communication. Okay, also, in business growth, e-communication plays major role. Yes, no doubt. It plays thousands of the roles. It is the blessing, but it has got certain disadvantages. I want you to enlist disadvantages. Security, threat, addiction, waste of time if not using in good manner. That's true. Addiction, okay. Data leakage, fine. Electronic rays from our devices damage our eyes, skin, wonderful. Misinformation, quick spread of fake news, that's true. Depression because of loads of information at the same time, fine. Security threats, distraction, addiction, the high cost of development, and poor legal status, and this is all copy and paste. What do you mean by poor legal status? Can you please explain roll number 77 when you're copying and pasting it? Hacking, loss of money, and finish the physical contact. 52, that's wonderful. Delay of information transfer due to connection issues, that's great. Addictive cyber hacking issues, that's fine. Social media addiction, procrastination, and time playing in tasks, okay? Social life disturbing, fine. Security threats, distractions, addictions, the high cost of development. 06, what do you mean by the high cost of development? What do you mean by high cost of development? One of the main downsides to e-communication is that it lacks a personal touch that other form of communication, such as face-to-face conversation. That's so true. There's a charm in face-to-face communication which you don't find in e-communication. All right, so I have listed some over here. The volume of data, right, is we are just working on to very low aspects. So the volume of data doesn't seem to be a problem, but where the people are working into bulk, right? So volume of data and storing it becomes a problem. Then we have the cost of development. When we say the cost of development, amount of money required to develop. Yes, so the cost of development, when we talk about electronic communication, it's not just a device, right? For example, a jazz device or any 4G device. This is not the only 4G device or 2G device that we get into 2 or 3 thousand. This is like when you are evolving these technologies, working onto it, it costs you a lot. When you are having network systems, sharing systems, even though when you are sending satellites into space, these all cost you a lot. And it has got no legal status. Ma'am, yes. Okay, 01, what do you want to say? Loss of creativity and security concerns. It may leak if you are not know how to use safely. Very true. Less confident is compared to face-to-face and physical therapy. That's true. Wonderful. Legal status means that everything, if you are having any transaction or having any proof, right? So you can't have it a legal status until unless you have it in written. For example, if you are buying a house, you won't be just buying it कि हमने जो है online इसकी deal की है. Definitely for having it in a legal status or having it legally yours, you need to have a documentation. And electronic communication has not still got a legal status over here. Cost of development is not a disadvantage. It is not a disadvantage. It is still a disadvantage for all those countries which are developing. See, all those countries who are already developed can send satellites, and they can go ahead, they can move, they can pace faster. But all those countries who are developing or they are underdeveloped, for those countries, this cost becomes a huge problem. I hope the cost of development, and its idea is clear. Then we have undelivered data. Undelivered data is lots of time, a lot of problem. Then you have dependency of poor countries. As I have just explained that developed countries have got all the access to e-commerce and then they are booming into e-communication. So all those countries who are then depending on those countries, they have to spend a lot of money to get that technology. Then there are a lot of privacy issues, and as everybody's saying that they have security issues, distraction and addiction is one of the disadvantage. Cybercrime that is increasing is also one of the disadvantage. Social isolation is also increasing these days. Even though we are having a lot of number of friends on the Facebook, but we don't have a real friend in life. So this was all about the disadvantages, and as you have also enlisted a number of disadvantages, so collectively we have got a lot of disadvantages. Effortless is compared to physical meeting. Um, that's what that's true, right? But we were just talking about disadvantages. So this says choose any electronic gadget, right? Any electronic gadget and write its advantages and disadvantages. Two for each. You can choose any electronic gadget, right? It could be your electronic watch, it could be your mobile phone, it could be your laptop, it could be your tablet. I mean, you can choose any electronic gadget right? And you can write its advantage and disadvantage. It says two advantages, two disadvantages. Okay, ma'am, just give me 2 minutes, okay? And explain, please, what is mean by disadvantage. I think we are mixing something. What are we mixing? What are we mixing? See, everything comes with certain benefits and everything comes with certain disadvantages. Even though your health issues and health concerns are also a problem. Sitting all the time onto the computer, right, in order to communicate, making a business boom or whatever, it also creates a health problem. It creates problems to your spinal cord, right? And it limits your physical activity. It creates a lot of problem for your eyes. Your eyes get dry, your eyesight is affected, your brain is affected. So there are certain disadvantages and advantages to everything. I don't understand what we are, entirely mixing. Ma'am, disadvantage is totally different thing. How cost of development is disadvantage? I have already explained you all those countries who are developing or underdeveloped, right? They are already poor and they need to depend on those countries who are just, having advanced into it. Then they have to be onto the debts, right? They have to pay those countries to avail that. और इससे क्या होता है वो कंट्री हर बार पीछे रह जाते हैं और वो इवन डेवलपिंग से भी टेक्नोलॉजी की वजह से पुअर कंट्रीज में चले जाते हैं एंड right now maybe we are not able to understand the dilemma, but this is a real fact. बिकॉज जब आप उस कॉस्ट तक नहीं पहुंच सकते और उस कॉस्ट के लिए आपको कई रिस्क लेने पड़ते हैं, so this becomes your disadvantage. Okay, laptop. I hope 01 things are clear. If not, please write the questions. Okay, I want everyone to choose any electronic gadget and write two advantages and two disadvantages. Just don't not write, just don't write the electronic gadget name, just write it with two advantages and two disadvantages. Guys, quickly write advantages and disadvantages of any electronic gadget. Okay, mobile phones. We can contact with anyone anywhere, get into Google, YouTube. Okay. Disadvantage addiction and leak. Fine. Computer, it is helpful for gathering information for study purpose. It helps in saving information and further use. It is addictive and can harm to eyes. Time wasting when you indulge in gaming purpose. That's good. Phone advantage, easily communicate, easily handle. Fine. Addiction, physical and mentally illness. That's good. Advantages are information is just a tip away. We can connect with anyone anywhere in the world. Right. Advantages or getting addicted to it, and screens are harmful for our sight. Okay, memory card. Advantage. Size is too small, high storage to save our memories, virus, it can be misplaced easily. Okay. Guys, quickly write it down so that we can go on to the break. I won't let you go on to the break if you all are not going to write it down. Mobile, easy to carry, and the ability to connect creates health issues and time wasting. Fine. Mobile, it wants great access to modern apps and services. That's good. Improved network capabilities. Wonderful. Wastage of too much money is also caused due to mobile phones. True that. Excessive usage of mobile phones causes wastage of valuable time. Fine. Mobile phone, handy, easy to use, addicting, high cost. That's great. Okay, laptop advantage is multitasking, portable, right? And disadvantage weakens the eyesight. Okay. I want everyone to write it down, please. Please send it to me quick. Laptop easy to watch, easy to type. Disadvantages it heats up, which is harmful. It's battery. Um, very true. Mobile phones portable, many facilities in one gadget. Takes too much of your other time can be eyesight with excess use. All right. So guys, it's 11:55. Right. So I want you to take 15 minutes break, and then we would continue because we are done with this slide. It's unpredictable. So we are done with this slide, and when would you come after the break, we'd be starting a new slide. So just we are having 15 minutes break. Come back by 12:10. See you then. Hello, everyone. I hope you guys are back. If you guys are back, please write back in the chat section. There was a glitch and we are recovering, okay? If you guys are back, please write back in the chat section so that I can know you guys are back there and we can resume. And I believe the screen is gone, so you guys need to wait so that I can get onto the screen. Yeah, I can see the screen is gone. I need to then reconnect it. All right, so we are done with 7 C's of effective communication, 7 ways of developing good writing skills, and then we're done with electronic communication. Now we are just, as we know that how to communicate well, what are the ways to write well. So now what we are going to do is to know that what are the purposes of writing and what are the types of writing. We are knowing all these things because definitely in technical report writing, we are going to write a report, and before writing anything, we should know all about writing. So I just want, yes, there is no screen. Please be patient. Meanwhile, I will be connecting a screen. Right now, I'm not going to teach anything from the screen, so just be patient. Yes. So I just, right. So we would be having a clear view of writing before we write anything. Even though we are not learning write paragraph writing right now, because before that we need to understand that what are the rules and how things work. So I want everyone to let me know that what is writing to you. What do you think? What is writing? And what is your definition of writing? Yes, there is no screen. I'm trying to connect the screen. Meanwhile, please just let me know that what is your understanding of the term writing. What do you mean by the term writing? Meanwhile, I am working onto it. Please let me know what do you mean by the term writing. Sharing knowledge. So can you share knowledge in verbal communication? Communicate to reader in written form. Okay. Conveying ideas in written form. So what is written form? Written actually. Serving data and information through text. Okay. Conveying our thoughts and information through writing. What is writing actually? This is what I'm asking कि writing क्या है? I am asking writing, please. I'm asking what is the writing actually? Writing is the symbolic representation of thought. Okay. 77 answers correctly. I'm not asking you who is answering correctly and who's answering incorrectly. For this, I am here. This is not your duty to let me know who is answering correctly or incorrectly. I just want you to give me your input. Then I'll be letting you whether it is right or wrong. Please avoid saying all these judgments. using of alphabets and symbols. Okay, so using of symbols. I don't want that what writing is that how do we communicate in a written form or what? I just want you to explain me what is writing actually. You are saying communicating in writing. So what is writing? What do you mean by writing when you're saying communicating through writing? Okay. So a way to express your ideas and information. So that we do in verbal communication. Writing is simply a means to record information by hand on a surface. Okay, so whatever is written by hand is writing, and whatever we write on the laptop, mobile, that is not writing. So, I mean, you think that handwritten thing is writing, but whatever we are writing onto the laptop or whatever is written on the slide, whatever you are writing, that is not writing. Is it like this? Medium of communication to share info. How could writing be medium of communication? It's a type of communication. It is not a medium. It is not a medium. Okay, guys, can you see the whiteboard? Yes. So we are saying that writing is, this means writing is somehow symbols, right? Symbols that can be understood by both parties that are communicating. If you think that writing is something that is written and symbol, right? I have written something on the board. Is that is a symbol? Is that writing? I have written something on the board. Is this writing? I have written something on the board. Please let me know if it is writing or not. It can be true or no, ma'am. I have written something on the board. Is it writing? I have made a symbol on the board. Is it writing? No. Yes, no. If it's a writing, what is the message over here? If all those who are saying yes, can you please tell me what kind of symbol or communication is that? What kind of symbol or writing is that? So this means that the definition that writing is symbol, writing is, I guess, it's I. You are guessing, you're not confirm about this, that this is I or this is the word. All right, now I'm writing another. Is this symbol understood? Is the symbol understood? R. Okay. So is the symbol understood? Right. Is the symbol understood? No. No. Yes, understood. So, what, ma'am? I didn't get you. What did not you get? What didn't you get? All right. So we have learned that every symbol is not a writing. True. Every symbol is not a writing, and ma'am, is symbol is writing, not on your whiteboard. So I'm not showing whiteboard right now. I'm showing the slide on the screen. Please let me know if the slide, if you can watch slide on the screen. See, every symbol is not a writing. There are certain specific symbols that are a part of writing, and what are those certain symbols? See, one from you has written it well that all those symbols which are commonly understood between us or among us, they are called writing, right? They are the part of writing. Every symbol is not a writing only, even though if I write Chinese over there or if I write any Spanish word over there, that would be like a symbol that won't be a writing until and unless it is understood between the two ends, right? It is writ- I mean, it is something that is drawn, but it is not something written that could be understood. So this says that writing is the process of using symbols. When we say symbols, we mean letters of the alphabet, punctuation, and spaces to communicate thoughts and ideas in a readable form. Right? All those symbols cannot be a part of a language or a part of a writing until and unless they can't be readable or they can't be understood. So the fitting definition or the best definition of writing is that writing is the process of using symbols to communicate thoughts and ideas in a readable form. And when we say symbols, we mean letters and punctuations and the spaces. Because whenever we write, we use letters, punctuations, and spaces. As when we speak, we use sounds, right, and pauses, intonation, sound quality, pitch. So as we use a lot of things and spoken in order to make things understandable, so we use punctuations, spaces, and letters in order to make writing readable. I hope that this definition of writing is clear. If it is not, please let me know. If it is clear, please write clear into chat section. All right, then we have the purpose. See, we don't write it, we don't write anything without a purpose. We have certain main purposes of writing. This is the author's purpose. The author is someone who writes. The author's purpose is the main reason that he she has for the writing the selection. Anyone who writes that he she writes for a purpose. Selection means any kind of text. When author writes, he has got certain reasons, certain purposes to write that selection. Selection means genre. Genre means the type of writing, right? It could be literally literary text, it could be a joke, it could be a story, it could be, you know, a book, it could be article, it could be text message, it could be a post, anything. Writing a selection means genre. Genre means the type. It could be anything. Whenever anyone is writing anything, it has got certain purpose. So you also have been writing, have been writing throughout your life. I want you to let me know that if you would have been writing throughout your life, what are the purposes you write for? What are commonly your purposes to write? Why do you write actually? What are your purposes to write? You have been writing a lot of things. You have been writing essays, you have been writing applications, letters, text messages, right? And you have been writing a lot of things. I want you to let me know that what are the purposes of your writing? Why have you been writing? Now, please don't say that you write in order to communicate. Definitely, we know that we write in order to communicate, right? But what could be the possible reason that you are communicating in written communication? Chatting, awareness, informing, practicing. That's good. That's brilliant. All those who are still writing, please do not search it onto the internet because when I ask you to let me know from your real life, this means that you don't have to search onto the internet and you have to think about your life on our daily life and then you have to write it down. I want you to explore things on your own so that you can remember it throughout your life. All right, assignment, essays, communication. Why do you write assignments actually? To memorize. We write to memorize. I don't think so. Why do we write to memorize? In the entire universe, there are three main purposes for which everybody writes, right? So now let's make it easier. So there are only three purposes in the entire universe that would help you to write or that could inspire you to write. So what do you think? What could they be? One of the purpose of writing is to enhance creativity, okay, and then motivate to think better, okay, encourages critical thinking ability, okay. It helps you put forward your thoughts constructively, okay. Fine. Why would you put forward your thoughts constructively? And why would you write critical thinking? Why would you be motivating to think better? To pass the paper because we cannot get passed by giving the paper blank. Okay. There are three main purposes for which we write. There are no other purposes into life to write except those three purposes. All right. So this says that the author has three main purposes that she is writing for. These three purposes are to entertain, to inform, and to persuade. The author writes in order to entertain people, or to inform people, or to persuade people. When we say the author writes in order to entertain, all stories, right? All the novels, all the jokes, all the dramas, they are written in order to entertain people, right? All the textbooks, all of your textbooks, all of your articles, right? All the magazines, all newspaper articles, all blogs, right? They are written in order to inform you about a lot of things, right? And then we have the final word that is to persuade. Persuade means to convince. Things are written in order to convince you either to make your life better or to buy something, right? Or to have you prioritize something. For example, advertisements on Met in order to convince you to buy something or to opt for certain services, right? There are certain articles that are written in order to make you eat healthier or in order to let you know that there are certain hazards of smoking and you should stop it. They convince you to stop it. So the entire universe revolves around these three purposes: entertain, inform, and persuade, right? So whatever you write, it may be a text message, it may be a post, or it may be anything. It may be essay, paragraph, or whatever. We either write to entertain, inform, or persuade. I hope the idea of these three is clear, right? We will be looking at the example in rest of the classes, but still, if you are having any question to understand the difference between the three, please let me know. If it is clear, please let me know too. Please let me know if the difference between the three is clear. If you have any question regarding this, please let me know too. I'm having 25 people with me and just answers from four people. Clear, 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 clear. What are rest of the guys doing? What are rest of the guys doing? All right. So there are three things, right? The first one is cookbook, history book, and the textbook, right? And the second one is about energy drink. And the third one seems to be something that is laughing. I mean, it's a joke. So I want you to evaluate that what is the purpose of first one, what's the purpose of the second one, and what's the purpose of third one. I want you to evaluate it. I want you to evaluate the purpose of first one, cookbook, history textbook, the first one, energy drink, the second one, and the third one, where things are being loved and one face is laughing and the other one is sad. Evaluate the purpose of these three: the first one, second one, and the third one. Write down what is the purpose of the first one, what's the purpose of the second one, and what's the purpose of the third one. Okay, inform, persuade. Please write the spelling of persuade right. It's not pursue. Entertain, inform, persuade, and entertain. All right. It's not persadu, inform, persadu, and entertain. Zero two is persuade. Persuade, persuade. The first one is for inform, second one is for persuade, and the third one is for entertain. Inform, persuade, and entertain. All right. Persuade means convince, convincing. The first one is to inform because there is information about cooking, history, and textbook, right? It is all about information. These are not written in order to convince us or entertain us. The second one text is about advertisement of energy drink, where they are convincing us to have this drink. And in the third one, this logo stands for the jokes, right? So the jokes are written in order to entertain us. So the first one is inform, the second one is persuade, and the third one is entertain. I hope the difference between the three is clear. And if you have any question, meanwhile, you can put it down. So the question is now, can a selection have two purposes? Can one piece of writing have two purposes? Can you think of a selection having two purposes? Yes, yes or no? So selection can have two purposes, or even a selection can have three purposes. There might be a story, funny story written, which is convincing you to be a better person and also giving you information that how you can be a better person. So there can be selections which can have two or three purposes, but make sure that these are the purposes that are always a part of writing, right? There are no more purposes. Even though if you write application, that is to inform that what problem are you facing and why do you want leave, or why are you writing that application. Even if you are writing essay, you are informing in, right, what if you are writing about the cow, so you are informing about the cow, you are giving information about the cow, or you are writing about anything. It could be politics, your country, your best friend, or whatever you're writing, you are giving information. And whenever you are writing articles where you are, for example, if you are saying that iPhone is better than Samsung phone, so you are convincing people to buy iPhone, right? Even though if you say that the students should wear uniform in the university, and you are convincing people that why the students should wear uniform in the university, this kind of writing is convincing. And you can even write entertainment, even jokes or funny things. So even one type of text or one selection of the text can have multiple purposes. I mean, amalgamation of these three. So this says that write two examples for each purpose. So write two examples for inform, two for persuade, and two for entertainment. Write two examples for each purpose. All these questions can be part of your examination too. So the better is that please take part into your classroom activities so that the examination becomes easier for you. Write two examples for each purpose, please. Write two examples for each purpose because you have been writing a lot throughout your life. Now you need to see if I was writing a text message, what was its purpose? If I was writing a Facebook status post, what was its purpose? If I was writing to my friend, what was its purpose? You can evaluate and then you can write it down. Water bottle ad inform viewing message that is essential for you. Persuade to buy water for the brand. Wonderful. That's brilliant. I want you to write example for each. This is for persuasion and information. Now, right? For more for persuasion, information, and entertainment. That's wonderful example. Doctor descriptions, inform plus persuade. Okay. Movie English subtitles, inform plus entertainment. Fine, wonderful. All those who won't be replying to this question would not get attendance as I am sending emojis to note down your attendance. That's how I work actually. I would only mark attendance of all those who are responding to this question, and I will be just sending emojis in reaction, and then that becomes easier for me to mark your attendance. So right now, I'll be marking 17 and 67. That's it. Articles, intent plus information. What kind of articles? Agree with 17 and 67. I'm not asking you to hear agree or disagree. See, I have already told you, you are not the one to pass the verdict that whether who is right or wrong or you are agreeing or not. I just want you to work onto it, not to write agree or disagree. क्या करना है? Copy paste करना है तुम लोगों ने. The question is equally for everyone. If 17 and 67 are responding, you are equally responsible to respond to it. फिर एक काम करो, पढ़ो ही नहीं, एग्री और डिसएग्री कर लो सब पे. And 06, immediately change your display picture, please. Inform news and history lessons, that's wonderful. Persuade convincing friends for trips, that's good. Advertisements, that's great. Books and sending jokes, entertain. Okay. All those books which could be considered as novels, dramas, stories, that could be an entertainment. A funny story with information, a fine entertainment info, funny comic advertisement, entertain plus persuade. That's wonderful. Advertisement by a model or an item, persuade plus inform. What kind of advertisement? I mean, how would I know that it's informing and persuading? How would I know that? Rola Matari for articles, entertain plus inform. What kind of article? How would I know that if you're just writing articles? I want you to give me the exact example. Okay, so drama for entertain and history. That's good. Story, inform and entertain. What kind of a story can inform you? What kind of story? F, inform and persuade. That's good. A novel, entertainment plus language building. We are not talking about language building. We don't write the language build because the three men we are talking about the purposes. The three main purposes are either to inform, entertain, or persuade. So language is already built, and that is why we are reading and writing. So movies inform about reality, persuade for acting. So we are not talking about movies right now. We are talking about written form. Movies are not the written form. Zero six, we are not talking about movies. We are talking about the written form, news, information, okay, attractive pictures that persuade. We are not talking about attractive pictures because we are talking about writing. We are not talking about visualizations, right? Movies and funny jokes. We are not talking about movies. We are not talking about audio visuals, right? We're talking about writing. So, movies cannot be in the writing form until unless we are talking about the subtitles or how they are written actually. See, roll number 7 0 if you will be writing moral and also entertain, into words, I can understand what you're referring to actually. A comedy story, entertain plus inform. That's good, 01. Okay, so then we have, I believe that the idea of purpose, inform, persuade, and entertain is clear to everyone. And if you would see onto any piece of writing throughout your life, you would only see these three purposes behind writing it, and you won't get any other purpose. And then, if you will come up with any other purpose, that would definitely fall into one of these three categories. After okay, picnic, advertisement, entertain plus persuade. Okay. Ma'am, moral is an information. Some moral stories, you can say they are information. Inform, sharing history of any empire, right? Persuade, friend to go back to school, okay. Novel, interest building and language building. So, see, we're not talking about language skills right now. We are not, writing something for language skills. We are writing in order to inform, persuade, or entertain. Even though if you are writing something in order to have good knowledge skills, that is, you are informing someone about the knowledge skills. So that falls in the category of inform. Inventation. What do you mean by inventation? I don't understand the word inventation. Can you please let me know what do you actually mean by inventation? See, when we say the writing, this means only writing, no movies, nothing else. Then we have types of writing. So, what do you think? How many types of writing are there? How many types of writing are there? Four types. How many types of writing are there? Can you please name what are those four? No idea. Four types. No idea. Okay. So, if you're saying rule number 67, there are four types. Can you please tell me? I don't know. Okay. So that was just a guess, right? I want everyone to let me know how many types of writing are there. You have been writing, right, since you were 3 years, right? You started writing ABC, and then you have been writing throughout your life. Then you can easily tell me that what are the types of writing, or how many types of writing are there that you have been writing. Okay, 31, I got you. That's fine. Invitation card. That's good example. Persuade plus information. That's wonderful. Two types of writing. What are they? Okay, 064. I mean, can you please explain what are they? 77. Can you please let me know what are they? Four types. I mean, which one? Don't know. This is just a guess. Okay, so we have the first type that is called expository writing. There are four types of writing. You guys are very much right. I don't know if you have seen it on the internet, right, or it was just a guess, but there are, yes, four types of writing. The first one is expository writing. Then we have the second one that is narrative writing. And then we have third one that is persuasive and argumentative writing. And then we have fourth and the last one that is expressive and reflective writing. So I just want to know that if you have ever known these types of writing and if you have ever written any kind of writing from this. If you know any kind of writing, poetry and prose. So whenever you copy and paste something from the internet, it shows here clearly that it is copied and pasted. So make sure that whenever I'm asking you something, you're not copying and pasting. See, whatever is present on the internet, you and me can get access to it. But I actually want to know that where do you stand when I am asking you something. Before I give you something, I just look at that. What is the level of understanding at your place so that I can then later on explain things into that way. If, for example, 02 is writing expository, descriptive, persuasive, and narrative, I would assume that he knows all these four. That is why he is writing, and I may not explain it well, right? Because I will assume that these people know it well. For example, 77 has copied and pasted narrative, descriptive, analytical, argumentative. So I would assume that these all people know all these types very well, and I might not explain it well. But if I'll be asking you and you won't be replying into a proper way, and then that would be showing that you don't know exactly, then I'll be explaining it in a better way, right? So you need not to Google it out when I ask you the things. See, I am teaching you right over now, and then I'm not Googling out anything because whatever I'm teaching you, I teach you from real life examples. And see, Google cannot tell you all those examples. Yes, when you said I don't know, that is clear, and I understand that you don't know. So you need not to copy and paste from it anywhere. Anyway, so the my question is, if you have ever known any kind of writing from these four, or if you have written any type of writing from these four. Yeah, ma'am, I'm in a village. I'm taking online classes with hardly how can I intend because there's so many tower. Okay. I think use all of them. Um, I don't think that you have used all of them. No, ma'am. Okay. Why rest of the guys are so quiet? I mean, let me see who is with us in meeting. There are 22 attendees. 01 is responding, 02 is responding, 06 is responding. There is 08. I, can see 08 and 14, right? 17, 19, 29, 34, 43, 45, double four, 47, 58, 61, 70, 82. Why are they all quiet? Okay, so no, ma'am. Did narrative writing in school, okay? Use narrative writing, okay? I think we use narrative writing more than other types. No, you're wrong. We don't guys use narrative writing more than others, right? Expository writing is the one which is widely used and we use it more. And this is kind of the writing that is so extensive and you write expository writing each and every time. Reflective, expressive, persuasive, argumentative. They are all situation based, but expository is not. You write expository a lot into your life. Okay, use expository writing. Do you really know about expository writing that you're saying you have used expository writing actually? Do you know expository writing? So, what is your understanding of expository writing? What do you think? What is expository writing all about? I want everyone to let me know what is your understanding of expository writing. Narrative writing is writing that has a story, character, ma'am. Okay. So, I just want you to let me know that what is expository writing? What is expository writing? Please do not Google it out. If you would be Googling it out, I'll assume that you know it and then I'll be teaching, right? And I won't be explaining it then. That's obvious. Expository inform back. Okay, don't know. Okay, Z. And we are just leaving expository. Quickly, let me know that how was your today's class? If you learned something new, and if not, tomorrow we will be discussing expository writing, and it is one of my most favorite topic. In language learning and teaching. Expository writing, it's teaching, explaining it. Even though the types of writing is one of my most favorite topic to teach actually. So quickly let me know how was today's class. Meanwhile, I have given hash to all those and I would be marking attendance. Okay, Z, what are you saying? Informating interesting, the class was interesting, informating class was informating amazing. Learn something new, that's good, fantastic. Expository is writing me to give in some information. Okay, it was wonderful. We learned many things, ma'am. Thank you. Great, it was good, interesting. Thank you. God bless you. Stay blessed you. So, guys, I'm done with your attendance, and then thank you for being here. Next time, all those who are not active in the class, I want them to be active, interactive, and interesting. Thank you. So, I just want you to be active and interactive in the class because until unless you don't interact in the classroom, you don't learn anything, right? My classroom is different than rest of the classroom because if you don't learn all these basics, you won't be able to write a technical report which comprises of 20 marks, and those 20 marks could never be changed in the entire life, right? Class is great. I learned quite a new things. That's good to know. So then see you tomorrow. Have a very good day today and take a very good care of yourself. Lots of love and then see you tomorrow. Bye bye till then.